Sometimes it gets hot and your makeup wants to come off. You guys, I forgot something. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 5, action.
Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Today we're gonna record a video that's gonna show you how I do my summertime makeup. As you all know, it gets hot in Arizona and we sweat our makeup off. So I'm gonna teach you a few tricks that I do to keep my makeup on all day. So the first thing I'm gonna use is sunscreen. So you always wanna put on your sunscreen to protect you from the sun. So now that the sunscreen is on, you're gonna go in with your primer. I always use 2 to 3 different primers to keep my makeup on all day long. So I'm gonna start off with the SHEIN by Glam. So this primer is very cool. It like leaves my skin super soft and it turns the color of your skin. And then I go in with this one by Laura Mercier. No tiene. So after that one, I'm gonna go in with this Miracle Blur. And this one, it's from L'Oreal. I really enjoy using this one because it literally covers up, you'll see how it like blurs the skin. It covers up your pores. Check this out. It literally erases all those pores. So while we're letting that set in, we're gonna get our foundation and our beauty blender ready. This is the foundation that I use and I totally recommend it. It is 30-hour wear. It's drugstore, so it's affordable and it's very light on the skin and it literally does last all day. I'm gonna start by dabbing it very lightly on my skin. And you can see that coverage. It's also buildable. Also don't need a lot if you don't want it to feel very cakey on your skin. Just take a little bit and literally work your way in. This is what it's looking like and you can see that you can still see like my skin through it and it doesn't look super cakey. If you do want a light foundation, get this one. I should be sponsored. One day guys, one day. We're gonna go in with our concealer and it's the SHEGLAM by SHEIN. And you don't want to put a lot either because you want this not to crease, not to sweat off. So you're just gonna put a little bit wherever you need it. You're gonna let it sit on your face for a little bit, so you're gonna go ahead and move on to the next step so it can kind of dry. We're gonna go in with the bronzer, a liquid bronzer by SheGLAM by SHEIN. Literally it, what you wanna do for the bronzer. And then your papada. Papada, very important to hide it. And then a little bit of nose contour. Get your sponge and blend. Look at that, it blends out like butter, literally. It's literally so easy to blend out, like you don't even struggle. You just dab. And since it is summertime, you gotta make sure you are bronzed. So you guys can see how the face is looking like. Very soft, very natural. Now we're gonna go in with a brush to blend out this concealer. The other side. And since it is summertime, make sure to get your beauty blender and dab off the excess because we don't want it to look cakey or crease. And right after, you're gonna go in with a good powder, a blurring powder to set your under eye. For this powder, I like to use the powder puff. It just gives you like a more smoothing effect. So dab, set it right under there. And we're gonna leave that nose contour on there until after we're done setting our eyes. So now that I'm done setting the under eye, I'm gonna go ahead and rebronze all my face, but using powders. And we're still gonna let that contour sit on our face for a little bit longer. So I literally have this palette, I don't even know what it's called, but I use it all the time. You can tell because the way it looks. It's all broken. Dust off the excess and then just pat right on top where you already put that bronzer on. Just keep dabbing and you can see that it's a lot more vibrant. So everything that is cream, you want to make sure to set it so it doesn't slide off your face. The papada, make sure you don't forget and bring it up a little bit on the face so it can blend in with your foundation and you don't have a harsh line. Okay, so this is what we're looking like. This is where we're at. Then again, we're gonna go in with your powder. And you could use a translucent powder for this, but this is really my go-to powder. So I'm gonna go ahead and use this one. We're gonna take the powder puff and we're gonna cut out your cheekbones. And just like that. We're gonna let that sit. We're gonna do the other side. carve out our cheekbones and just let that bake for a little bit. We're gonna get a brush and we're gonna start blending your nose contour in so then we can set it. We're gonna start in little circular motions, just trying to really get that nose contour blended. You're gonna wanna take that contour up into your eyebrow to give you more of a defined look. It blends out super, super quick and easy. The next step is to highlight your nose. So we're gonna go back in with the SheGLAM concealer. We're just gonna do a few dots there and let that dry. Go in with our broken palette again, and we're gonna do blush while we let that sit. Make sure to dust off the excess on your brushes. Smile and dab right on the apple of your cheekbone. Make sure to blend in with that concealer so you don't have a harsh line here. There you have it. Blush is done. And I like to go back in with the foundation side of the Beauty Blender and dab it just a little bit so it can blend a little bit better. Now we're gonna go back into the nose contour and highlighting part. You can take the brush or you can go in with your Beauty Blender. I'm gonna choose to do the Beauty Blender today. Now that we have our nose contour, we're gonna go back in with the Miracle Powder and we're gonna bake our nose. And we're gonna go ahead and put a little bit right on where we went in to highlight. So right on the bridge. Oh, there you go. We're gonna let that bake while we do the rest of our makeup. So the next thing we're gonna get into is our highlight, just because the face is pretty much done. I like to use this Ofra palette, and we're just gonna swirl all of these, tap, 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 and go in right into your cheekbone. Right on top of your blush. Circular motions, bring it up, and there's your highlight, girls. You're gonna take a little spoolie that looks something like this. This is what I use for my eyebrows. And I take a little tiny bit, like that much. We're gonna go for the feathery look. So we're gonna comb the hairs up and down. So you comb them all up, then you wanna shape your eyebrow. So you can see all the hairs are going in an upwards direction, and then we're gonna go ahead and bring them down. You really wanna coat all the hairs and then start picking them up with your spoolie. So there you go. The eyebrows are ready. We are gonna go in and fill them in just so they don't look so sparse. Okay, so we're gonna let those eyebrows dry a little bit. We're gonna go ahead and take off the powder. Then we're gonna go in with the powder puff again with some leftover powder, and we're gonna take this and set your foundation on your forehead. So your eyebrows should almost be fully dry. I like to use the NYX Lift Snatch. It's like an eyebrow pen. So you really wanna get in there and just draw hair strokes. So if you mess up like I just did right there, just get another spoolie and comb it up. So then once the hairs are drawn in, you want to take like an eyebrow pencil. This one is by Maybelline, and you're going to want to fill in the rest of your eyebrow with this. Not too much, because you still want to be able to see your natural eyebrow, but very light-handed. Make sure to blend in your inner eyebrow so it doesn't look like a square, so you don't look like a chola. Now we're gonna go ahead and do our eyeshadow. So I have very, very oily eyelids, so I'm gonna go ahead and wipe some of that oil off with the makeup wipey. And we're gonna go in with concealer. Okay, so same concealer. You want a very, very thin brush, and you're gonna carve out your eyebrows. Blend the concealer down into your eyelid. You're gonna wanna go ahead and take the same brush that you used to blend out your concealer and blend it out on your eyelid. Make sure to set it, especially if you have oily eyelids like me. Make sure to bring the concealer down to help you blend it a little bit better. You press record? Is it press record? Hey, imagine we turn on the lights right now and it looks like shit. Yeah, sé. Where did it go? Am I tripping?